Welcome everyone to this course called HPC Python, or using Python in an HPC environment. And maybe some of you were in the 3-day workshop in March, where we had one day with Python, one with Julia, and one with R. So this is more or less a continuation and some repetition from that course. What is different is that here we have a deeper focus on the parallelism and the GPUs. But we have to also go through some basics, we believe, and also about packaging and the virtual environments, because that will help you a lot, we think, in your research. Because in different projects you would like maybe to have different packages. So to keep them separate and make things work without any incompatibilities, then we think this is the way forward. But more about this later on today. So I guess you know the content because you applied for this workshop. We could say that what is not covered is improving your Python coding skills. Well, maybe you will learn some new commands when we work with the GPUs and the parallelisms, but otherwise there are other courses for skills. Many things that we go through today will be applicable on other HPC clusters, but we focus on how it works on the Kebnekaise in Umeå and at Rackham at UPPMAX in Uppsala. So there may be some differences if you work on other clusters, but most of the things will be the same probably. We aim to give this course in spring and fall every year. So if yes, so if you have to leave earlier and still want to be part of the course, there is a new possibility in the spring, in the fall. We have not yet decided on a date. Yes, there was a question if we give any credits for this workshop, and that is at the master level, I guess, and that is not the case. So maybe you, Birgitte, can say some more about the certificate and such things. Do we have this?
Yes, you can get certificate for participating in the course. So if you want that, then email us after the course and we can make a certificate that you have attended and what it is.
Yes, precisely. And well, the workshop is only one day, so it will it will be even less than 0.5 points.
Yeah, so I mean, it depends on your advisor, I guess.
Yes,
if they accept it. I mean, some do. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, so we will see that we will have some different approaches on our different clusters. In most cases, there are little or no difference, but in some cases there are. So we will mainly present these differences between HPC2N and UPPMAX with tabs. So if you work now on Kebnekaise, you can choose the tabs with the Kebnekaise title. And for Rackham or UPPMAX, you can choose the other one. So it should be easy to follow. Yes. We hope that you have prepared yourself a little bit so that you can you can follow the course. So we will work in a Linux environment because this is how it works in most HPC centers. So it's good if you know how to copy files and move files and open and run commands and programs. Otherwise, yeah, you have some links here. The lectures will be recorded, but not the exercises. Of course, you can, if you want to, raise your hand and ask questions here, but then we will probably not cut it because it will be, yeah, too much work to just cut things here and there. So otherwise, we have this collaboration document. So if I click this one, I open a new window. You arrive to this page where you can pose your first questions. So here we saw the first question here. So please continue here, and my colleagues will help you to answer. Okay. Yes. So the two HPC centers. So HPC, if you didn't know it, that's about high performance computing, where you either can work with big data, which require probably lots of RAM memory, or you need to have a compute power. So you need maybe several processors to run your work. So there are some similarities. For instance, we have something called login nodes, which is where you arrive when you log into our systems. We also have compute or calculation nodes where you do your calculations, basically. We also have an environmental module system where we have our software hidden from beginning until you load it with the command module load. We have a scheduling system which is called Slurm, and this is the same for both centers. At both centers, you can also use the command pip install to install Python packages or Python modules. Some differences that we will encounter during the workshop is that the exact commands to load Python and Python packages and other things, there are some slight differences here. Some bigger differences are that UPPMAX has 3 different clusters. The Rackham one that we will mainly use today. We also have Snowy, which is available for course projects, local projects. And these have GPUs, which is not the case for Rackham. So when we deploy GPUs in this workshop at the UPPMAX Center, we have to allocate resources on Snowy instead. We also have a cluster called Bianca, which is for sensitive data, and here we also have GPUs. HPC2N, it's a little bit more straightforward. It's one open cluster called HPC2N for general users. It also has GPUs, so you don't have to think of allocating resources on another cluster. And we can mention that Conda is recommended only for UPPMAX users. And I can mention that Conda is not covered at all today. If you are interested in using Conda at UPPMAX, you can go to our March course. There will be some links that I will show you in a bit. Yes. So I mentioned that we have module systems. So to distinguish these modules from the Python modules that work more as a library, we refer to the later ones as packages. So we say Python packages. And module, that's about the software modules. So for instance, we have R modules, we have Python modules, MATLAB, and different modules for different software, basically. And if you click these links, you will come to some documentation in how this works. So, and this is at HPC2N. Yes. So just briefly about okay, so has something happened here? We are recording, right?
Yes, we are recording.
Okay, but we have a user that wants to record personally.
No, I think that's XL8 Event Cat. It's some sort of AI tool that is in the new version of Zoom. It is trying to record, I think.
Oh, okay.
I guess I can allow that because if anyone wants to see live captions and stuff, then that is there. But I guess I should go and do that.
You decide.
Sure, I mean, it's just an AI that wants to live caption.
Okay. Yeah, so a cluster, it basically consists of several computers that are interconnected. And these different computers could be called nodes. And as I mentioned before, we have login nodes and computation nodes. Yes, each computer working as a node. And each node can contain several processor cores and the RAM and the local disk called Scratch. So each computer or node will look something like this. So in this case, we have 10 cores where we can do parallel work in 10 threads or up to 10 tasks. More about this in the afternoon. And yes, local disk and RAM. But these are interconnected like this. So we have several calculation nodes, and these can work individually. So you can book one node and do your calculations here. For some software or models and such, you can actually allocate several nodes and make your calculations with all the cores together here. But that will require a method called MPI, which we'll also mention later on. And login nodes we have here. And you book these calculation nodes, but when you log in, you will arrive here. And it could be maybe 3 or 4 login nodes, but there you share, well, it could be hundreds of users on each login nodes. on each login node. And I think it's about maybe 40 cores. So with that, if you have 100 people working on the same big computer here, you realize that you can't do much work that requires lots of memory or lots of compute power. So you can do basic stuff here, like moving files and day-to-day work. Whereas if you need more calculations, you need to book part of this calculation part here. One good thing is that we have a shared storage. So you have a home folder, you have project folders for each project. These are stored here. And you can reach this storage from your login nodes, but also from the calculation nodes. So on a calculation node, you can still work in your home folder with the data you have there. And yeah, so you don't have to move your data every time you want to use the calculation nodes. So everything is shared here in a good way. But as mentioned before, each of these nodes also have a local disk that you can use if you need to. But that's another story. I will make this a little bit bigger. Oh, a little bit bigger, I said. Yes. So this is UPPMAX, and I thought I had Bianca as well, but that is probably in the prerequisites. I can show you later. You can log in from a terminal or a thin link, and you log into Rackham, login, and there you can use some commands to reach the calculation nodes, and that will recover before lunch. You can also reach the Snowy cluster at UPPMAX with these same commands here. Bianca is something else, and we won't go into that in this course. If you're interested in Bianca, you could attend a course that is next Friday, and probably you've seen some advertisement about this in the NICE training letter. So please apply for that course if you are interested in sensitive data and Bianca. And you don't need to have an account right now, but if you're interested and know that you will use sensitive data, we recommend this course. Just to show you, if you are interested in the Kamikaze clusters, we have the same information here. And oh, okay. Sorry, I missed it. Yes, Kamikaze work in a rather similar way. Okay. So we should proceed and see here that today we have had introduction of the clusters so far. Before the coffee, we will also start to load and run Python and using install packages. And then we look more into install new packages and work with isolated environments. And then we have working with the scheduler, Slurm, and also working interactively. We will see if we really have some catch-up time. We will see. We have plenty of material that we try to cover in this course. Then after lunch, we go into the details in how to write the parallel scripts or parallel Python scripts, and also using GPUs and machine learning. So with that, we should start to prepare our environment. So we should try to log in to Rackham or Kebnekaise, and I hope that you all know which cluster you will use now, because in the preparations you applied for, yeah, you said which cluster you would use. So we recommend now, because we will do some graphics quite soon, that you use ThingLink. And we have also an interface that you also have at HPC2N. I think, or you use the ThingLink app like this. So hope you have prepared this. You can also use a web browser, and you have a guide here if you want to know more about this. We have a compute project for UPPMAX, so we will use this number quite a lot when we are using the compute nodes. If you work on Kebnekaise, we don't have this, but you can use existing projects if you already have one.
There is also a project on Kebnekaise. It's I can write it HPC2N 2024-052, but I will write it here, and it should be in the important document info thingy.
Okay, can you put it also in the? Is this one? Oh,
I think yeah, it's there.
Here.
Yes.
It's also pasted in the chat.
Ah, great. Thank you. Yes. So please follow me. I will show on Rackham, and my colleagues will, in their sessions, start from Kebnekaise. So, but probably you will be able to follow along in a good way anyway. So, to ThingLink, I will use the app. And you have this. This is important for UPPMAX. So the good thing is, yeah, if you're working from Sweden at least, if you use the application, you don't need a second factor. Oh, I had already some stuff. So I should close this. Yes. And if you do this first time, you have to choose which kind of desktop you want to use. And I think if you choose the one that is default, then it will be perfect okay. XFCE, I think it is for UPPMAX. Okay, so when you are in here, you start the terminal. You can do it from this button. And you see that you are at UPPMAX in this case, and Rackham 4 is the login node. So we are here. I will make this a little bit smaller and this a little bit smaller, and see what the next step is. So we want to go to our project directory. So at UPPMAX, it's this one. And I forgot to let you know that you can insert with, at least on Windows, with a shift insert button. So what I mean is that you can do it like this. Hello. So shift insert. So these buttons you can use to paste what you have copied before. Okay. So we are here. I can show that with the PWD, present working directory, and we see that we are here. The next step is to create an account, or we can look what is here already. We see some names, and I see that some of you just created this. So you do this by this command, make dir, and your name. And I won't do that because I already did this yesterday. But if you do this now, I will wait a little bit to see that we have more users here. Yes, so this is on .com, and you will do the same on HPC2N by clicking this tab. So this was not updated. I'm sorry. This one will work, right?
No, that one will not work. Well,
no, okay,
I will move
yes.
it.
Okay.
I can see that is my
that
my
is
personal one. I would fix that on this also. Just one moment.
Yeah, so maybe you can write directly in the chat or in the Q&A.
I will put it in the Q&A and in the chat. Just one moment.
Thanks.
I have to move it to the right directory because it's in the wrong directory. So just continue. I will.
Okay.
But I can put the link where I'm going to put it because it was in the wrong place and it's not accessible.
Okay.
But I will just put in the chat where I'm going to place it.
Okay. Yes. So with that, maybe we should have a short leg stretch already so that everyone can log in quite soon. Or we'll let this be for a while and I go to the next session directly and we come back here. I think that's the best way to do it. Yes. Yeah. I will go to the next session. Okay. Introduction. Yes. Yes. I What is Python? Well, you probably know it already because you want to have this course at HPC. So I won't go through this a lot. Here are some links to documentation, Python forum, introduction to packages, and some other things. And I mentioned that there are other courses for improving the skills of programming. So here are some first level ones. Oh, interesting. I thought I renewed one. This one. This will not work. Yes. Okay. I will update this. We have some second level ones, like from Lunark. We have Pandas and Matplotlib. And the Pandas course was yesterday, so maybe some of you attended this one. Code Refinery is an organization that develops and maintains training material on software best practices for researchers that already write some code. So this is very nice courses. So we have a link to all of the lessons here. It's not only in Python, it is for Git and other tools as well. Jupyter, and also data visualization using Python. And also we have Aalto Scientific Computing department in Finland that have some courses. And some third level ones. One at the European level, for instance. Some other things here. And I mentioned also that we present this course. We hope it will work for you if even if you are using either NACE centers like Lunark or C3SC or PDC or NSC in Linköping. So here are some documentation for Python and Jupyter, these centers. I guess that this one goes actually to NSC. Let's check. Yes, this is NSC in Linköping. Okay. So if you're more interested in deepening your knowledge, these are the courses for you. So what is the status, Birgitte? Could it work now for users?
Yes, I had to rename it also, but I have done that. So now it's in that. Let's see. I will just put it here in the chat now.
Yeah.
But I mean, they could have copied it before also from the GitHub, but now it's at least in the project storage directory for both of them.
Okay, so we have some new names here. So I think that we can continue. And for
I mean, I put it in the chat.
So yeah. Yes. So with that, I will go to the first page again. I click this house symbol here. I will come to the first page. And let's do the last steps here. Yes. Yes. So please, when you have come to the project, you create your directory with the name, and then you enter it. So I will do cd Björn C. I list what is inside with the ls command, and so far it's empty. And now we want our exercises. So we stay in the folder you just created above, and you entered it with the change directory cd command. So now you can download the exercises either from the repo directly, exercises, or clone the whole repo. And here's a link to the whole page. But so I will choose now to clone the whole directory, but you can of course copy like this here. But this is has to be renewed, so this is not correct. But this one should work, I guess. Okay, I can do like this instead. I will use this one. And insert. It is why doesn't it work?
Maybe because it's called HPC minus Python.
No, it's called like exercises, examples.
I meant the directory, but maybe it's both called nice 2024 minus 22 minus 415 and HPC minus Python.
No,
The project directory, the storage directory.
it's this one. So it's called exercises, not examples.
Yes. The name is different than it was for the course Python Julia that we had in March.
Okay, yeah, maybe I copy pasted that one. Sorry for that. So exercises, and you see it here. This is the name of it. So let's check this one, and we untar it, and please follow me because we did not say how to do this. So so this one will extract, and it will also unzip because it's a gz file. This is verbosely that shows you what happens, and F stands for that it's a file that we want to extract. Yes, so it was this command, and here we see all the content. So I can post this in the chat. So let's look here. We enter the exercises like here. And we have the examples. So in the coming exercises and demos, we will use examples here. So I can enter it here and we can do all our work here. So please note now that you will have your own folder with your name. So any changes that you do in this examples file folder will not affect anyone else. So please check that you are inside here so that you can do your work, not affecting other people. Great, and we can list the files that we have here. And in programs, we should go inside there as well. And here we have a number of nice scripts. Okay, so please enter into the programs. Okay. Yes, you see it here. So here we will find it. And batch submit files that we will use later on. This will be in, for example, UPPMAX, or for HPC2N, you look for HPC2N. Yeah. Okay. That's a lot of introduction, and but I hope now that you are inside and that you have been able to upload this. So with that, we continue.